What is the R1 AI model and who is Deepseek, the company that launched this model? What is the impact of this on American AI production companies and Silicon Valley, and how does it affect the US dominance in producing various AI programs? I hope you all are doing well. How did Deepseek launch this very powerful R1 AI model, and what is its impact on the giants of AI production, namely American companies and Silicon Valley? Before I start, don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe to the channel. In 2015, specifically in San Francisco, California, OpenAI launched the artificial intelligence model that we know today, which is ChatGPT. Of course, at that time, there was no such thing as artificial intelligence, and the American company OpenAI was the first company to launch this model, or this means that this is a very new technology at that time, which is ChatGPT, or the artificial intelligence model. To understand the importance of artificial intelligence, imagine that in the first month of OpenAI launching this model of artificial intelligence, approximately 1 in 7 out of 10 billion users visited. Can you imagine that in the first month? 7 out of 10 billion visitors use and visit this type of application, which is artificial intelligence. Of course, at that time, China was still far from the field of artificial intelligence. It was trying to develop, but with slow steps. We also think that at that time, the director of the investment company in Alphabet, or the director of investment in the company, Alphabet Google, had announced that there is a big difference in technology between the United States of America and China, and that China is about a year behind the United States of America, of course about a year, in the field of technology. This means a very big difference for two countries trying to compete for the throne in terms of the field of technology. But let us tell you that she was extremely optimistic, because on January 20th, 2025, the Chinese company Deepseek launched its first artificial intelligence model, the R1L model. In fact, it outperformed by all standards an American artificial intelligence model from OpenAI, and we will see why it outperformed it. Of course, we shouldn't forget that the United States imposes certain restrictions on China regarding access to the chips necessary for developing AI models. This explains why China's capabilities in producing this type of application are limited. However, the truth is that Deepseek's R1 model has indeed outperformed OpenAI's model with great distinction. Or the model from OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. It is open source. The model is much cheaper, leading many users to move towards the Chinese models or the R1 model from Deepseek. It has many different uses in many fields. Secondly, the price of this model is much cheaper, meaning it is close to 1/10 or 1/10 of the subscription price, or the price of obtaining the American version from the company OpenAI. The Chinese version, as we said, has a very, very low cost, and therefore it is used by many individuals and companies working in this field. You really started to leave the American model and strongly move towards the Chinese models, or the R1 model from Deepseek. Of course, I should mention that American companies do not make their source code open. This means that the source code is open. Oh, that's it. Here is a very important thing, which is the intellectual property right. Because of course, artificial intelligence models cost millions of dollars to reach their final form, which is delivered to the user smoothly. Of course, companies and Silicon Valley companies, such as Nvidia and others. Companies must first gain by returning all the money spent on this technology and starting to make a profit. This will generally not be open source. No, here China made the source open, and thus it became very easy, as we said, to modify the source and produce dozens of different applications through it. In addition to the fact that the price is very, very low, this talk has led to very large losses for American companies. I mean, imagine that American companies lost about $1 trillion. Immediately after the launch of the Chinese model, a company like Nvidia alone, they lost more than $500 billion. Can you imagine? A $500 billion drop in Nvidia's stock, a company operating in the American technology sector, due to just one model launched by China in the field of artificial intelligence. Of course, as we said, the Chinese company that launched the R1 artificial intelligence model is a company called Deepseek, owned by a person named Bianji, who is about 40 years old, and he suffers from the few people that the Chinese Prime Minister met. at the last Chinese Economic Conference or Forum that was held in 2025. Of course, Bianji is a person who is very passionate about mathematics, and his passion for mathematics this is what led him to try to create a model with some friends, of course, a model in the field of artificial intelligence. Of course, we must not forget to tell you that China, by the way, has a lot of technology and artificial intelligence developers. I mean, you can imagine that China alone occupies 50% of artificial intelligence developers worldwide, even within the United States of America itself, and within companies working in the field of artificial intelligence and technology. Within these companies, there are approximately 35%. Inside the United States of America, there are Chinese, as China is already known in the field of artificial intelligence and the field of technology in general. So it became easy for Deepseek to launch these models because it has the technology, or has been able to develop the technology despite the ban imposed on it in importing and producing chips for this type of development. Also, so that you understand that China has approximately more than 2,000 technology and artificial intelligence programs that are taught in various Chinese universities. Without a doubt, one of the goals of Deepseek company in launching this model, which is of course superior to Geekbench by all standards, is to break American hegemony on the production of this type of technological tools or artificial intelligence tools, and this has already been done. Let us tell you that the United States of America is very keen on the Chinese model, the R1 and the Deepseek company. Before that, if you think about the Huawei company that produces hardware, phones and other things, I mean, the concern of the United States of America about launching these powerful models with this high technology is not only because it is an artificial intelligence model used in computers and such things. First, let me tell you that artificial intelligence models are not only used as software programs for design or such things, but it has a very high use in biological, medical and engineering applications. Many applications use the artificial body for the patient and now depend on it very heavily. I also want to tell you that the United States of America is concerned about this matter, because if China was able to develop this AI model post a technology chip ban without the United States knowing, imagine what they could be doing in other areas of technology, like in military, medical, satellite technology and armament. The United States has realized that China has significant capabilities. So just imagine what else is happening in the various fields of military technology, medical technology, satellite technology and armament. There's no doubt that the United States has realized that China has significant capabilities. China has numerous unexpected developments and a lot of concealed technological advancements that might emerge soon, as I mentioned, in the fields of weaponry, intelligence and satellites, and in many other areas in various sectors. China may have made very high strides, but the United States of America does not know about it yet, and there will be very big surprises in the coming period, even in the field of images. Deepseek has launched a miniature model of artificial intelligence models that are only for images. This model also outperformed the artificial model for images from OpenAI. The question here is, what is the response of the United States of America? I am talking about the scientific or technological response, or the response in terms of development that it will respond to China in the coming period, and will China be able to continue? We have been presented with many models of artificial intelligence and development and so on after the first model, which is R1, and the artificial intelligence model of SIR. Will it be able, despite the ban imposed on it in importing and producing software chips, to produce this type of software? In the coming period, we will see the response of the United States of America and the response of American companies operating in the field of technology and Silicon Valley companies. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The channel specializes in business and economics. See you soon.